Welcome back to another episode of Love Money Couplepreneurs podcast. I am your host, Charles Orr, and then my co-host, my beautiful wife, Jazmine Orr.
Hey, baby.
How you doing today, boo?
I am doing so good, and we're matching.
Yes, we are. You look so pretty with your mama earrings on.
Yes, you see it. You see
Yeah,
it.
hot mama. Okay.
You looking good, too.
So we excited today for our guests.
Yes.
Who we got today, baby?
All right. So we have Artist and Zedoria Anderson. They are full-time relationship consultants. Well, let me back up. So they work full time. You know, we have different dynamics of couplepreneurship, but they also pour heavily into their ministry, where they are community leaders who have been married for 7 years, fully committed to their purpose-driven work. Together, they lead Forever Love, a relationship consulting company dedicated to restoring and equipping individuals and couples to build strong, lasting marriages. Their passion for healthy relationships extends into their faith-based work through TRM Global, a ministry focused on cultivating kingdom-minded communities and transforming families from the inside out. Through their leadership in the Marriage Church, they provide spiritual guidance, practical tools exclusively for married couples, empowering them to thrive in every season. With unwavering dedication, the Andersons are walking out their divine calling, building stronger marriages, healthy families, and healed communities through love, faith, and purpose. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome.
What's going on? What's going on?
Yes.
How you guys
Excited to be here.
Oh, you excited? I'm really excited. Let's do this.
I know. I've been excited for this to have you guys on here too as well.
Yeah. Well, what we first do when we have our couples on is we talk about how we even met y'all. Okay.
Yes.
So if I recall correctly, we met through like one of the Facebook groups because we were just starting our business through the pandemic. You guys were actually our first interior design.
Yes.
That is right.
Okay.
I remember
So
that
we
now.
met them through their ministry. They had a church home
Yep.
We
in
had
the
just bought a new
downtown
building.
area.
Well,
Beautiful.
rented a new building. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful space. We went in and they told us the vision and we jumped in head first. I was like, listen, y'all, we a little new to this, but they trusted us.
Yes, they did.
And from there, we've seen you guys evolve. You guys have seen us evolve in business.
1,000%.
And it's just been, we've been locked in ever since.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we had to have the Anderson
Okay,
Yeah.
of course.
in the building.
In the building. And we actually been to a couple of y'all events that y'all had. I remember y'all had one at the Classic Jewel that we have actually attended to as well.
Valentine's Day event.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
You
That was
all
pretty
live
dope.
out this work, and that's why we're so happy to have you guys because our podcast similarly is dedicated to helping couples who are in business thrive.
Yes.
And so I love that you guys are doing it from the faith-based perspective.
Yes.
So let's jump right in.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Forever Love. And then, of course, your other ministry, what was it, TRM?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I should just lay out the whole thing.
Do
right?
it out. Do it.
So
Let the people know.
In 60 seconds or less.
Okay.
Because a lot of people do wonder, how do we do so much, right? So, number one, we have a company called Forever Love. And that is our one-on-one relationship counseling and consulting company, where we do counseling for singles, dating couples, couples in relationships, engaged couples, and married couples.
Okay.
So that's the relationship counseling one-on-one, right?
Okay.
Then we have the Relationship Marriage University. That's the relationship education school that we provide relationship education to the community for.
Need the education.
Right?
Need it.
Because people need to be educated on how to function within relationships. And then we have TRM Global, which is our organizational ministry where we do our Bible studies, our fellowships, our teen groups, our women's groups, our men's groups, stuff like that when it comes to Bible studies, things of that nature, things for the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we have Retreat Girls, which is the organization that my wife leads.
Come
Yes.
on, wife.
You know, and I'll let her explain Retreat Girls more because that's her thing. And then we have the Marriage Church, which is an extension of TRM Global, but the Marriage Church is a separate ministry that we do Bible studies and services and fellowships and retreats and stuff like that, specifically just for married people.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You've done this before. You got all that out
Yeah.
in 60
In
seconds.
60 seconds.
Okay, I love it. And I appreciate it.
Yeah. So we have a lot going on.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
is
So
good,
that actually brings me to my first question. So with you guys working your jobs full time and you're running these multiple ventures, pouring into other couples, how do you guys keep time for one another and to make sure that you all poured into?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that we are very intentional about our nights if we don't do anything else.
Okay.
I may come home after work. I get home around 6 o'clock, and from there I'll take a shower, and he may be finishing up with a client or anything like that. So about 6:30, about 7 o'clock. 7:15.
8 o'clock.
About 7:15.
Depending on how long it takes.
We would sit down and actually watch one of our shows. So whatever that may look like, if it's our thing will be like watching TV, and just
Netflix,
asking about
Hulu.
how our day is.
Like, having that check-in time.
Just having
Kind
that
of
check-in
just
time.
unwinding when you guys get on. Okay.
Yep.
I
So
like that.
all phones are off. No, we're not on our social media.
So no working in between watching movies. I ain't gonna
That
sneak
was one
over
of the
and look.
interesting things that you all put on the form that really piqued my interest in that you all are able to truly dedicate that time. And you guys said that you have a clear separation. We don't really have that because I don't know if it's because we're full-time couplepreneurs, but the day kind of bleeds together. So we're always discussing personal life, the children, our marriage, and the business side.
I'll say this, to be honest, my wife has always been better than I have been.
Okay.
Because being a pastor and being a relationship counselor and consultant, people are always calling because they always need help.
And they always need help.
And that may
gotta cut it off.
be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, midnight, 2 a.m.
Right.
And it's okay, y'all.
Put some
Y'all can
respect
still
on
call
my
them if
marriage.
it's an emergency. It's all right
it's all
to
good.
the people. Okay.
I've gotten better. I've gotten better with it though, but my wife has always been patient and kind with it because she understands the work that we do and that everything that we do is God centered. But the issue was kind of like, even though we're having our time, I'm not really there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Being present.
Or I'll get interrupted. And so it's like over the years I just became more mindful of it and started, minimizing that more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
know
that.
with my wife, she more than me. When we initially started, I definitely wanted to have that separation just because I like having downtime. I like to chill. She's gonna be working. Now, granted, she, with the business, she handles more of the event planning, so she have more day-to-day, more communication. She got to reach out to vendors. So she just be going back and forth sometimes. So we haven't really figured that out as much yet. Yeah.
He's like, I need your time now. And I'm like, so I have to be mindful of that because I want to give you my time, baby.
And I need your time, baby.
No.
Well, I think too, because we work full-time jobs still.
Yeah.
Now I don't have the normal 9 to 5, but my work is still full-time with my job in the community for the nonprofit I work for. And my wife has a normal 9 to 5, right? And so the thing is that with these 9 to 5s, when we get home in the evening, and I still technically have to still do more business than my wife technically does right now. And so I have to be mindful to still shut it off because while I'm working during the day, it's certain stuff I might not get to.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Till the
That's
evening.
true.
Right.
So I feel.
You're trying to get it in.
I get it now.
like
Like that's what I'm saying.
But the thing is,
Still need that time.
and I was just gonna say, because this is part of the important piece, the jobs we have during the day is seed money for all of our businesses.
Come on,
Gotcha.
seed money.
Okay, seed money, yep.
So when we come home in the evening, it's like we gotta still get to our businesses and stuff like that. But at the same time, even though we're taking a lot of time away at our day jobs to pour into the businesses and stuff like that, it's still like you got to have a cutoff time.
Right. I appreciate you saying that because I definitely agree that there is no one size fits all in being a couplepreneur. You do need the seed money, right? Like we started a business where you could start with $0.
Yeah.
And then because we're service-based, we're event planners, so many reasons that worked.
Yeah.
But in a case where other couples would need that, keep your job. You don't have to just jump all the way in like that. And so to that point, my question is this. What advice would you give to other couples that are trying to balance entrepreneurship and feel called and led to ministry? How do you guys recommend that they go into both ventures and make room for both?
Yeah, with them having a full-time job. So they still working, but they want to venture into this entrepreneurship space.
Yeesh.
And they want to try to like have that balance.
Yeah.
How did you guys manage that? Did you guys always have a full-time job in the process?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
So we
so you
always
kept
had a
that.
full-time
So
job.
let me ask you this. Is the goal, once the seed is, it's harvest time.
Yeah.
Okay. When it's harvest
I'm grabbing
time.
all of it. Okay.
Right. So when it gets to that level and you all know that you can maintain, because the thing is we got to maintain the lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
You all are homeowners. You have other things going on in your life. You all travel, different things like that. So once it gets to a certain level, are you looking to be more invested as far as your time? Like the investment is there because it is your ministry. It is your hard work. But is the goal to essentially do that full time?
No.
Like to be full-time couplepreneurs?
Yes, that is the goal.
Yeah,
That is the goal.
I would say to a degree, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
You seem like you still want to hold on a little bit.
well, it's more so of
Those
like
are relationships. He needs to still be in those other
yeah,
spaces.
yeah.
I
It's,
know.
Okay.
it's like the work that I do with my day job is so centered in the community that it aligns with TRM Global.
Oh, gotcha.
So
okay.
so and the work my wife does with Retreat Girls, she would need to come off her job to really
To
Right.
expand
full-time.
that. Gotcha.
Right.
because right now with her job, she can't really do
There's not a lot
what
of
I can do because
flexibility.
I have the flexibility she doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
And so at
Okay.
nighttime she needs to be working and doing that stuff. And so yeah, that would be the goal most definitely for her. When we get to that space, But like I tell my wife all the time, and I tell other people, it's like, don't be so quick to try to flex. You know what I mean? It's like go to work. Like
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Even if
That's
it's
the
just
thing.
extra
We're
money.
in a climate and in a society that looks down on people that are managing 9-to-5 jobs.
Yeah.
Everything is entrepreneur and
Being a boss
being
and owning your
boss.
own and
Yeah.
They broke.
Sound good.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sounds real
good.
cute.
Real cute.
Yeah.
And it's not easy.
It
you know,
ain't, I'm
it,
like,
it-
we're
it ain't easy to
living
do.
that life.
Yeah.
It ain't
And
easy.
by the grace of God, right? We have been just in what we're doing in the way that we're growing, it works for us. But we recognize, like, when people are asking us, well, what do you recommend that we do? I'm like, you need to assess your lifestyle and what you have going on. And
Yeah.
we knew that we needed to go full time to get the growth and the scaling that we are now experiencing.
Yeah.
Correct.
That was needed for us, but
Yeah.
it's not needed
Yeah.
in every
I'll say this.
industry.
I'll say this to answer your question. Most people ain't willing to sacrifice.
No.
And you got to be willing to sacrifice it all.
And we did.
Yeah. Most people still want to flex. They still want to shine. They still want, and it's like, yeah, unless you're willing to really like sacrifice everything except for your morals and your values,
Right.
Of
and
course.
your family, like
Yeah.
you got to be willing to sacrifice time, attention, parties.
Yeah, we have
You know what I
children.
mean? Travel.
So
like,
it was
Having
a lot of
kids, yeah.
sacrificing as a
Yeah.
family.
Another sacrifice. Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
experienced
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, so that's good. So with Retreat Girls, I want to hear a little bit more about that.
Oh yeah.
Just to
Yes.
see.
Oh yeah.
Well, Retreat Girls is my baby right now. We're starting, a little on a hush-hush, but y'all actually are the first that we're actually telling everyone about it.
We're
Okay.
so honored.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you. Yes.
Of course, but what Retreat Girls is basically a community of 14 girls where we are able to basically it's like retreats. So we have monthly retreats, quarterly retreats, and then we're going to have yearly retreats.
Okay.
Nice.
We are located in New Jersey,
Okay.
and also here in Las Vegas.
Nice.
Ages 13 to 21. We have junior mentors as well, so that's going
I
to
like
be
that.
the ones from 18 on up. They're going to be the ones that's going to be helping with the retreat. So
Gotcha.
How did it land in Jersey?
So my sister lives there, and she has a dance
Shout out
organization.
Elbow.
Yeah.
Shout out Elbow.
She has a dance organization where she helps young girls as well. So
Very nice.
we just got together, and the biggest thing was just she was like, we got to do this, like, because we've been sitting on this for a while since 2020. Me and my friend Amia, she actually helped me get to this place because we were doing it for women, and then I transitioned it over for just teen girls because I saw there was a community for young girls that needed mentorship. They needed to learn how to, be a woman, and I think that's the biggest thing because, you have parents that are, out here that may not have the time to help them and don't have mentors or people that they want to want to be like or anything like that. And I wanted to be that because I didn't have that for my as a child. So having that community of believers also as well, that's going to be our number one key of girls that, you're learning your, spiritual growth and all the things. So, yeah.
I love that. I would love to support.
Yeah.
I have a background as a social worker turned clinician. That was my demographic, adolescent girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Like my heart is for the young girls.
Yes.
So any way I can support that, that's an amazing mission. And congrats to you and your sister for taking the lead.
Yes, congrats.
Yeah.
I got chills, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's exciting. And you gotta, expanding,
Mm-hmm.
you guys had the couples and, catching adults, and now you guys are, reaching back to the youth, which is a good thing, especially the women too as well. Yeah. The men, I do see, I don't know, growing up, I definitely seen a lot of like youth programs and stuff for guys, but I never really seen too many for the girls, to be honest with you. And I'm not saying that it's not, but I haven't really heard too much of it. So that's good that you're doing that. And then we also have daughters too.
Oh,
so
yes.
Maybe hitting you up to put them in
Coming
there.
soon.
See
Coming
what's up.
soon, y'all. I have it's coming soon. So I definitely will be telling everyone about it. And it's gonna, I'm excited, y'all.
Good.
I'm really excited for
too.
our first retreat here in Las Vegas.
Love. Well, okay, so this brings me to another point in the, again, I'm referencing this form that you guys filled out because you all mentioned that your personalities mesh very well. You guys are able to navigate things uniquely because of that blend. How has that helped you guys navigate while you're doing your business and your ministry?
Yeah. Well,
What is the personalities like? That's what I want.
yeah. So I have a very people that really know me.
Okay.
Know I'm a goofy guy.
Yes. Oh my.
People that don't know.
Both of y'all, I feel like.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I can tell y'all both be laughing.
Worse than you feel?
I'm probably a little bit.
Yeah, right.
Yes,
No, I'm probably
he's
a little bit
childish, like
worse. Yeah.
childish.
His is undercover.
Yeah.
He's low.
Undercover.
Yeah. Like you
heard
said,
it
you gotta
said,
really
you gotta
know.
really
Yeah.
know me.
Like get on your nerves. Like
Yes.
just.
I love being around y'all because this woman here,
She like to
my
have a good
Lord.
time.
Okay,
Yeah.
good time,
Yeah.
so much fun, bubbly. Okay,
Yeah.
so like,
Yeah, so people that really know me knows that I'm real childish, real petty, like real
Not petty.
funny,
No,
right?
real petty.
And then people that know me like kind of like not that inner circle, but they know me as more of like, outgoing, open-minded, down to earth.
Yeah.
And then people who see me from afar, they might only pretty see me as like serious or wise or intellectual.
You got them layers. You got them
layers.
too.
I was
Okay.
just about to say that.
So
babe.
depending on how
Yeah.
you know me, that's how you're going to see me. So my personality is like a wide range.
Got you.
But
Love it.
within our marriage, I will flow through all three layers of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So I know when to turn on what. Like at nighttime, it's the goofy, playful, laugh.
That only happens to me when I'm ridiculously sleepy.
Yeah.
I become
Me-
like a
yes,
child.
I'm
Okay.
I'm real childish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She want to play, keep laughing and stuff,
Yeah, it
tickling
gets-
people.
it
This
gets
one right here.
ridiculous.
Just
Yeah.
go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it works in business because my personality is business, get it done, work ethic, grind, make it happen.
So
And
you need that other
right.
element
And
to
my wife,
unwind and relax.
right, and my wife is the ultimate helpmate.
Yeah.
To the T. She could train a generation on what it means to be a helpmate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got you.
Yeah.
She already in the process with retreat, girl.
Oh Lord, we forgot to tell y'all we might need
Oh
tissues.
yeah, I might need some tissue because I'm
Okay.
a crier. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but that's why we work well because I lead, she supports. I get input from her when I need it.
Love it.
She, she trusts my direction. Like she don't really question it. She just because there's results. So when there's results, there's less questioning. So
Yeah.
So
Okay.
fellas, pay attention.
Well,
You
what's
need
the
results.
There you go.
You
You
need
need,
the
you need results.
You need results.
Positive results. too.
Right. Yes.
That's true. And so your personality is more just.
Yeah, I'm the bubbly one. I'm the goofy one. I can be quiet. I'm quiet too. So I'm very observant. I like to actually just, especially if it's in an environment where people are given a lot of intellect, I'm very absorbent. I absorb all the information. I like to listen. So that's just me. But overall, I'm the one. I don't know. Just every night is a different night. He could tell you, like, he was like, Zedoria, what are you doing? And he's just sitting there like, oh, okay.
So let me ask you this, because you did say Retreat Girls was birthed from some missing pieces in your upbringing.
Yes.
So how did you cultivate that helpmate
mentality?
Yeah, where did that come from?
That is true.
So I think it stems from my mom.
Okay.
Like looking at my mother and how she really is just the ultimate woman. Love you, mommy.
Shout out Mama B.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just anything that you needed, like my mother literally will help you, tell you till this day. Like,
are your parents married? Did you see a marriage? Okay.
Okay, so you did see the marriage.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I did see it through the marriage. That's a whole nother dynamic, y'all.
That's another podcast.
That's
Yeah,
another
that's
podcast.
All right, we're going to leave that alone.
Yeah,
we're going to leave that alone.
But in it,
Papa was rolling.
because of how my dad was. Basically, my dad was a drug dealer, and my mom put up with it.
Okay.
But as the way that she did it, she never downed him. She never was the one to say, "Oh, your daddy is this and that." Like, till this day, when I think about my father, I always think about the great things about him.
I love that.
And
That's good.
That's until this day, my mom still won't tell us like everything that has
You protect
transpired
your
over
babies.
the
Yeah.
years.
You protect your
Yeah.
babies.
Yeah.
When people divulge that information to children, I think you are doing a detriment to your child.
Yeah.
This is who they come from.
Yeah.
Give them the opportunity to have whatever positivity exists.
Yeah.
I'm not saying lie.
Right.
But I feel like it's okay to safeguard some information. So connect the dot for me though, because I'm not there yet.
You're not there.
So
Okay,
what was the lack that you felt you were missing growing up? Like mom was there, mom implanted these things in
Right.
you. So what was missing from that? Was she
was a single
busy?
mom.
She was busy at
She
work.
was
Okay, that's
so my
what
mom was a single mom. She, I was a cheerleader. She couldn't come to my games. Like
Gotcha.
my
Okay.
mom would do things. Like I'd be active, but she never could be there.
Okay.
But I wasn't upset about her not being there. Like I was, on the honor roll. I got my, graduated with 3.0. Like I had my jacket and all these things, and she couldn't show up to these things because
So you
she was at
understand the
work.
value in community
Yes.
because this is inevitable.
Yes.
There will be people that cannot show up for a
Yeah.
number of reasons.
Right.
And so having community is important. And I love that you honed in on that so you can provide that to someone else that
Yes.
they do have a mom, but mom
Yeah.
Yeah.
can't always show up and there are skills and things that have to be taught. So I respect it.
Yeah.
I really do.
Powerful.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with you guys, a lot of your ministry, I know you guys talk about faith-based, and I know you said you guys do couples counseling and, couples ministry. Do you guys ever deal with couples that are non-believers too as well, or is it just solely
yeah.
for believers? Okay.
Oh yeah, Our
How
business,
does that work? Because I can imagine
yeah.
those conversations would be a little bit different. Than,
Yeah. The thing is, marriage is the most important thing on the planet.
Okay.
Right.
I agree, and I agree with that.
And God designed it in such a way that the male and female has to have and know how to do relationships.
Yes.
Right. So that makes the family the most important thing in the world. Right. And with that being said, being that the family is the most important thing in the world, then that means relationship education is the most important thing we could ever learn. And so that cannot just be held for believers. Because there are going to be unbelievers who still go into marriage.
Absolutely.
So the educational piece is for everybody. So the counseling is for everybody. Because even if you don't believe the same thing we believe, we still want you to be a high-functioning adult within your relationship.
Gotcha.
And so you still need the tools and the success skills to be able to be happily married so that your family can stay together for the sake of you, your children, your mental health, your emotional health. So at the end of the day, our business is for everybody. Mm-hmm. The marriage church is only for believers because the marriage church is a Christian-based ministry. So,
well, let me say this. I do think that it creates a unique opportunity to bring people to God. Mm-hmm. You know, if they're coming to you all and they see what
that's
you
definitely
are,
happened before.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean that.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So I love that you guys have that open because so many times the doors are shut and it's like, how do you bring those people into the kingdom, into relationship with God if there's such division? But I like that you have a separate place or space for people who are believers so that like-minded people can come together and
we have 5 doors. We have 5 doors to enter into the same house.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So when people
giving y'all grace.
Give us that pass to talk.
Yeah.
Grace. Okay.
Yeah. So whether you meet us through Retreat Girls, the Marriage Church, Relationship Marriage University, Forever Love, or TRM Global, you're going to arrive at the same house, get the same love, the same grace, the same mercy, the same treatment. And for a lot of people, because we live it, they learn about it. Mm-hmm. Because even if we never talk about it, it's something about us that makes them go like, what is it about y'all?
God puts that anointing on you and people are literally drawn to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people
sometimes
like, I
they
can't
don't even know
explain
why.
it. And I be
right.
thinking, I know why.
They don't even know why.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Got that anointment on me.
But I think that's the most important thing. If you live it, people will want to know about it.
Correct.
Because they're going to be inquisitive about what it is about you that's really different.
Yeah. Okay.
And when you tell them what it is, they're like, man, can you teach me more? And that teaching and that opportunity to disciple comes in many different forms.
Gotcha.
And so whether you're an unbeliever or not, when you come to any of our, opportunities to grow and learn, just know that's the substance you're getting. Christ Jesus,
But are you hitting them with more of like scripture? Are you kind of bringing that aspect into it when you are counseling somebody that is a non-believer, or are you just giving them more of the principles of everything? And the
funny thing is, I can tell you what I do. So, for example, he who wins souls is wise, right? Mm-hmm. I think people are so caught up in trying to look spiritual that they don't know how to be wise. Yeah. And so for me, people might be like, the Bible says,
right?
Right?
Yeah.
For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. Or for example, the Bible says in Proverbs 19:3, people make foolish decisions.
Say trust in the Lord.
No, I was just gonna say no. People ruin their own lives by their own foolishness, and then are angry at God. Right. Mm-hmm. Well, the truth is, I could just say the verse without saying the Bible says.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's true.
So if I say, people ruin their own lives by making dumb decisions, and then they mad at God, and they're like, "Man, that makes sense."
How many quotes have you seen that are a direct reflection of the Bible, and it is not quoted?
Yeah,
and people are sharing like crazy, and it's like, thank you for sharing the word of God.
Yeah, yeah, and so that's what I, that's kind of how I do, because it's all relative, it's all relatable to the individual. Yeah. Sometimes people just don't like the package, so I just change the package.
Yeah, and the only reason why I asked that is because I know from just like experience, and then also talking to some people, people may be church hurt or whatever the case may be. Sometimes they don't want to go to somebody or ask for help when they feel like somebody's just going to try to beat them down with the Bible, right?
Yeah.
And I know with what you guys have, and I know from just talking to you guys and, having a relationship with you guys that you guys don't come from that. But I just want people to understand that it's a different way of being able to still get the principles, still get the help. And you don't have to actually like come from a spiritual high place over people, because some people don't receive that too well. And like you're saying, you'd rather win a soul than a lose a soul. So
right.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. So right now, how would you guys describe the current season that you guys are in, and what do you guys think God is preparing you for next?
Whoa.
Kids.
Oh,
kids. Did I hear
it? Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm glad you said that, because that wasn't the first thing that came to mind.
Really?
It should have been. No.
He's still in business mode.
It should have been. Yeah. That should have been the first answer, but it wasn't. So I'm glad you said that. No, that's the answer. Period.
Okay.
Done. Yeah.
And have you guys been doing some preparation in regards to that? Like, have y'all had conversations? What that's going to be like with full-time, everything that you guys got going on,
introducing,
and now bringing a kid into the world.
Yeah, I've been planning. She knows this. even when she don't realize it, everything I've been doing is
It's
preparing for that.
It's for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because when our children come, a lot is going to change for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so people have to get as much as me as they need now.
Yeah.
Right.
Get it all,
Right.
y'all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get
Because
it all.
I already
Gonna be-
He about to fall back now.
because I've already made the decision that when the children come, it's going to be a season, a year or two where you're not going to really see me.
Gotcha.
And I'm not going to be available.
Okay.
I respect that.
Because my
Be
wife is
dedicated.
my wife's going to need me. The children and it's just, you can get everything you need from me right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love
Get
that.
it while you can.
Yeah.
Get it while it's hot.
Get it while it's hot.
Okay, well, we will be praying for you all through that.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
definitely,
you.
definitely.
Thank you.
And I say that because when people are used to you picking up the phone every time they call,
Yeah.
or texting back when they're used to that, sometimes, not saying they're entitled, but sometimes when that changes, I want people to know ahead of time. This you have to know. This is coming.
This
Yes.
is
So,
happening. I
you
gave the
know.
warning.
Right.
But I got leadership in place, so
Right.
Oh, okay.
I trained up people to
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
gotta
we
step
good.
in and do
Yeah.
your calling.
All right.
Yeah, okay. So, as couples working together, though, far as in you guys got the ministry, you guys doing business. How do you guys kind of more so navigate like when you guys have disagreements? Because I know when everything is good, it's good. But
He
when you
always
guys
says
have that, I always like to know that because I think for me, when it comes to relationship, right, I always look at when people are good and everybody's happy, it's easy to get along with people. But what happens when you start having challenging times? What happens when you guys are not in a good space? What happens when things ain't going well? How do people come back from that? Because that's when usually a
Very
lot of
good,
marriages
baby.
and relationships break down. Is when you have the disagreements, not when times are good. It's usually when you have the bad times.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious for both of you guys, how do you guys go about doing that? I'm pretty sure
Did you wanna go
you
first?
guys praying into that, but go ahead.
It sounds good.
Okay.
Right.
Our answers might shock you, but
Okay, go ahead.
To be honest, guys, we really don't argue.
Okay.
You don't argue.
We do not argue.
Not at all.
Not at all. So the way that our dynamic is based on our personalities.
Okay.
I want to be the one to be like, you da da da. But Marlon, he'll sit back and be like, are you done? Like he will not feed into my emotional state at that moment.
Okay.
So I have learned that I can't even get there anymore. So being in that, having a man that is very gentle,
He's cultivated
yes.
like a safe space
a space
for you.
me to, if I want to get it out, I can, but he's not going to retaliate in a way that I cannot ever, that he can't ever come back from.
Gotcha.
So a lot of it is just us learning how to really understand what is going on at the moment. So I can give you examples. So we may have a conversation. Usually the conversations, I don't like disagreements. I'm not really good with confrontation at all anyway.
Okay.
So when there is a confrontation, like I said, I'm a crier, so I'm starting to cry in the conversation, all these things, and tough conversations. But he gives me space to do that. But also him giving that conversation to me builds me up in a place that I'm understanding that I have to be a grown up. I have to do these. I have to talk about it. I have to sit back and really sit in what was being said and all these things. So now it's more of a harder conversations than it is arguments.
Gotcha.
It's more about, I might be upset, but literally we don't go to bed angry at all. Like we live that to the T. What the Bible says, do not sin, not, do not go to bed angry. And that's one of our main things we say in marriage, that we would not do that.
Yeah.
That's just a part of who we are. And also just him, I think he just made it easier for me to really look at how we should communicate in disagreements and things. So
Okay.
Now, how did you come up with that? Because it seems like you got some emotional patience and stamina control. How did you?
I used to have an anger problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
talk
I
about
would
it.
fly off the handle.
Okay.
And so growing up, I never started a fight in my life, but I always ended it. And I was what?
Don't start nothing. Won't be that.
And now the funny thing is I never lost a fight in my life, but I would never fight again in my life.
Gotcha. Okay.
Y'all can have it. You
Yeah.
got it.
I'm good.
But what I learned as I hit my 20s was that nobody should ever have enough power over me to move me emotionally. right? And so for me and my wife, if I'm gonna lead her properly, then I have to make sure I lead by example. Yeah. And so I can't be arguing with my wife. You know what I mean? Like, that's just crazy. But I also learned that, you know, if I could just explain this, I've learned, and this is kind of why I teach people, arguments only exist because you're trying to get your way. And so if you're not trying to get your way, there won't be an argument. So if we really process it, it's like, the only reason we're getting to that point is because I'm trying to have what I want.
Yeah.
Right.
But the truth is,
I'm trying to be right in a situation.
But let's be real. You all will not always want the same thing.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, correct.
So how do you come to that conclusion? How do you persist in communicating without arguing that this is what I want, you want this, I don't want that.
How do we
I
compromise?
want what I want.
Yes.
How do you
So-
arrive to that point?
so it depends on what it is.
Yeah.
If it's regarding the family, like, for example, the house, the finances, or investments, whatever,
Yeah.
I make the final decision.
Yeah.
And I take her into consideration.
Okay.
And she trusts me with that.
Yes.
She might not like it, but she trusts me with that.
Yeah.
And you think of themselves, well, I tell you.
I want myself.
Now,
Yeah.
is that considered being submissive?
Yes.
In your band? Okay.
1000%.
Okay. Yeah.
Because if I'm gonna lead, you can't be selective in your submission. So if you like certain aspects of when I lead that benefits you, you're gonna have to like it when I lead in the times that don't benefit you.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that.
You know what I mean? In the
Yeah.
same way, I can't take advantage of it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And you know what I mean? So it's like it's a give and take. So if it's something regarding the house, the family, the money, like, I'm gonna make that decision. I'm gonna consult her about it, give her my thoughts on it, get her feelings about it, and then I'm gonna make a final decision.
Yeah.
If it's like where we going to eat, I mean, yeah, baby, what you want?
Yeah. There
Right.
are
Okay.
levels.
There's
Right.
tiers to it.
Yeah.
There's
Like,
tiers
come
to it.
on.
Yeah. Everything below the family, house, money, everything below that is negotiable.
Okay.
Like, to the point where it's like, what you want? All right, we ate what I liked last week, or we went on this trip last year. Like, it's like, and to be honest, a lot of times I defer to her what she want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the major.
good husband would.
You know,
Right.
Any good husband.
you know,
you go.
it's just the major stuff where it's like, no.
Important, pivotal,
Yeah.
Pivotal,
I mean,
critical.
literally
Yeah, I
what
got
you
you.
all are saying, we can identify with so
Correct.
much. Trey is a very chill person. I don't believe you've ever had an anger issue or anything like that led you to be who you are. He might disagree. Look at
Yeah,
his
no,
face. He's like,
probably
"That's
early
not true."
on when I was younger, like you saying, being a teenager, kind of running around, not really having a thought, just because of the environment and the people I hung around. You kind of needed that, you know, just to kind of like stand up for yourself. Don't let people kind of play with you.
Yeah,
I was always that
exactly.
type of guy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't play with me, and then I ain't wrestling with you, and
I ain't
doing no
slap boxing,
slap
I ain't doing
boxing.
none of that stuff.
We ain't doing
No.
none of that, you
Nah.
know, only because I take at certain points, like you saying, getting angry and getting upset, you know, I take it when we get to that type of place, then me and you are now becoming like foes. I'm looking at you in a whole different light, and I don't want to have to look at people like that. I like enjoying people. I like hanging out and
Yeah.
having a good
Yeah.
time with people. So for me, I noticed that it was coming off, you know, like people would talk, right? People would kind of say, oh, yeah, you know, be careful with him, da, 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 or whatever the case is. And then my brother, he was more really like the real hothead. So because of that, I did end up like kind of tailoring, you know, a little bit more and scaling back. And when I got with my wife, I recognized she's more of the outgoing, outspoken, gonna speak her mind and her emotions. And I reckon I can't, if I try to go back at it with her, now we just gonna kind of keep getting elevated,
Yeah.
you know, and it can go to a place
And he
where I
brings
don't
me
want it to
down.
go.
Yeah.
He brings me
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
That's a leader.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
He is the leader. And not only that, he creates that safe space for me. He makes
Correct.
me feel very comfortable and in a space where I trust his leadership. So it's not a lot of back and forth except for things that I want my way. But they're so minute. I think that he's kind of like, girl, whatever. But
Yeah.
if he really feels this is it, bottom line, I know when to rescind and be like, okay, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But similarly, we ain't going to bed mad. We not arguing hours
Absolutely.
and days on end. Like,
Yeah.
we like to enjoy ourselves. We like a peaceful home environment.
Right.
And it's unique from an outside perspective because I do have a very raw, like I'm not afraid of confrontation, and not in a way where I want to fight, but I need, like I'm
gonna tell you,
I like confrontation too.
Yeah, let's get
like
some understanding going on because I think people that don't like confrontation, they give a lot of weight to assumption. And it's kind of like, I want people, when you deal with me, you know where you stand with me. Either we're good or we're not. There is no gray area. And I'm always willing to sit down and have a conversation. Like, girl, you know what you did. Stop playing around. You know, so I am confrontational. And he is as well.
I'm very direct.
Very
I like
direct.
having tough conversations. I guess I would say that.
So let's get to some understanding and resolution. Like,
I like to learn how people think. I like to learn other people's perspective on stuff. And then, of course, I like to give my perspective too as well.
And he can see both sides. Now me, I operate in a more selfish capacity because I feel like state your case. It's not for me to make your case. I want you to know how I feel. Like you tell me. So I do not like assuming. I want people to tell me what it is. Like,
I like to make people think.
That's him. That is Trey.
Reconsider what you just said.
That comes off in times of discourse is petty to me. Like, I want you to think, sir, no, I don't want to.
We're not going to do it.
We're not doing this.
No.
And I do it to her sometimes, and I have to recognize, like, okay, don't do it to her. Like, you know, because she's not, because sometimes she just want to vent, right? Like you're saying, she just want to get it off her chest. Well, she just wants you to hear me.
Did you consider,
you know, me? I'm like,
I don't want to consider
well, did you consider this part of it? She'd be like, don't do it.
But he knows the time because he's always going to correct. He's always going to check me. Now, he's not just going to have me out here looking crazy. So he'll make sure that he's like, Jazz, you could have done better.
At the end of the day, you got to
but
learn the lesson.
It's timing for sure.
You
can't just do it.
Good.
Oh, man,
no, so that's a good balance. And I like the fact that you guys have that mutual respect for each other. And everybody's relationship is different, right? At the same time, you got to respect who your partner is. You got to respect from your relationship, from business, to everything that you're doing, what the other person bring, and not to try to purposely or intentionally hurt the other person or, you know, make the person kind of pissed off or whatever the case is. You know, so I like hearing the different perspective of how people go about that in their relationships. But so that's been good. So what advice would you guys give as working together in ministry, just kind of like as a final, you know, point to give to other couples out there that are listening, that's considering, you know, like I say, getting in business with each other? What kind of advice would you guys give them?
Well, number one, I would say don't take it personal.
Don't take it personal.
Don't take it personal. You wouldn't bring your personal to your 9 to 5. So when it comes to your business, you need to look at it as such. You know, it may be as difficult as it may sound. You have to learn how to put things in a right compartment. You know, putting it in, knowing where they land. Your emotions need to go to the side. If you feel some type of way, take a minute, take a moment. But business is business and personal is personal.
Agreed.
Yeah. I would say grow up. Because you
just straight to the point.
Don't take it personal and grow up.
Okay. Because the thing is, and also you ain't got nothing like. Stop trying to prove yourself because you're not in competition with your spouse. You know, y'all have the same goal, and you have to make sure that there's a definitive leader. You know what I mean? That can make the final decision because that's where a lot of people get caught up. It's
right.
Like, well, no, I want this, and I want that. But I think, and then it just spiral. But if you agree that, hey, listen, at the end of the day, when it comes to this, and this, you the final decision. When it comes to this, and this, I make the final decision. Just make sure there's clear leadership structure in the areas of business that you do, you know, because it could really go left quickly, you know. Yeah. That's why I say you got to grow up. You got to be willing to, like my wife said, don't take it personal. You know, if you suck at something, you suck. I'm like,
that's
right. You know,
it ain't personal now.
You know, strengths and weaknesses.
Agreed. Yeah.
Strengths and
I love
weaknesses.
that.
Good.
I love that. Well, thank you guys for coming by. I really enjoyed our conversation. I feel like y'all gave us some good information because entrepreneurship does not often intersect with ministry. And it's a very purpose-driven work. And so I appreciate you guys sharing from that perspective. For anyone that is listening, especially those building something with their partner, keep communicating, keep growing, and most importantly, keep building your legacy together, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to love and money. And if you all know another couple successfully balancing both, send them our way to our email, loveandmoneycouplepreneurs@gmail.com. We would love to hear their story and for them to be a part of the conversation. Make sure you guys stay connected at Love and Money Couples on Instagram. And until next time, build wisely, love deeply, and keep thriving in love and money. See you all soon.
Yes.
Yeah, that was good. No, thank you guys.
No, thank you.
Appreciate
for having
y'all.
us.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes,
y'all, a lot of good things. A lot of good things. And I'm really excited to see how you guys get into this next venture, especially expanding your family.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big deal. I always think when you have all of these ventures, how do you really, but you can plan for things. Let me say this. I don't care what's going on. You can plan and you can make preparation. So I'm excited to see what that next chapter is going to look like for you guys, because parenthood is beautiful.
Yeah.
They get older and you want to kind of.
Knuck if you
Knuck
bust.
if you bust.
Yeah.
I said, y'all don't know who y'all mama was.
Okay.
And so now we have the daughters at the house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
The
yeah.
boys
Oh,
were
y'all want to meet
easy.
the old me, huh? Y'all
Exactly.
want to meet the old me, huh?
I'm like, don't worry. I mean, she's
Yeah, them
still there.
daughters.
What you want to do?
Them daughters gonna challenge you for sure. The boys, like they'll try to little buck, but you can kind of like just talk to them or scare them, and they kind of get it together. The girls, nah, they're gonna try to figure a little way out. They're gonna come back later, negotiate with you. Well, hold
With
on, when
him.
you was talking to and I have to admit
He's
that
coursey.
Yeah.
being a girl dad, I'm like, okay, y'all ain't telling me it was this challenging, right?
Yeah.
Because it kind of. I don't know. It's just something inside of me that makes me feel like, okay, am I going too hard? It's my baby. I kind of get like a little sweet in this. And I think it's also with being in a relationship and kind of how you look at your wife.
Yeah.
You kind of soften up too as well. So having the daughters, you kind of end up doing the same thing. So, yeah. But
When
sometimes
I
they
see
take
me
advantage.
and them, I know.
They take advantage of
I
it.
gotta come at them. I know that girl that's coming up out of you. You better sit down. Like,
Yeah.
So no, that's really exciting. And then everything that you guys are doing with Retreat Girls, and with the
that's
ministry.
exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited for that, because we need that in the community so bad.
Definitely.
And I'm really intrigued by the educational component, because we don't treat marriage as something that needs to be learned, because everyone does not have the example. They don't have the tools. They
Bless you.
don't have those things, those
Correct.
pieces. So I think that is very key.
And a lot of people talk about that too. Like, there's no book, there's no manual on actually, how to do this.
Actually, there's one right here.
right.
Right?
Actually.
Yeah.
Technically,
Yeah.
there it is now.
Yes, yes.
got a whole course for you.
Yeah, I was I had to film a couple of classes. Well, I'm in the middle of the dating 101 master course.
Okay.
So I filmed today two classes. I got 2 more classes to film tomorrow, and then that course will be done.
Oh,
Wow.
And then
wow.
I'm moving on to the 7 stages of dating. Yeah, so we
Okay,
knocking these
you
courses
rolling.
out.
Yeah.
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 By the fall, I'm just trying to open up the vault. You know what I mean?
go.
And
Yeah.
people, no
People
excuse,
get it.
Locked
man.
in.
No, listen. That's what we're on. We're like, we getting it done. So
Yeah, no excuse, man. People can self-pace, go at your own pace. It's just learn everything you need to know.
Yeah.
That's good.
And plus, I'm doing this for the teenagers too, because
Okay.
when the teenagers
Teaching them
turn
young.
18, 19, 20, they can join the Relationship Marriage University,
Okay.
have their membership, and start learning this stuff. You don't have to wait till they're 30 and be struggling.
Right. Have
You know
some
what I mean?
failed
Like,
relationships.
We see what
and
that
all
looks
that.
like. And you post a lot of controversial things
Yeah,
online and incite that conversation, and just to see how people really think.
yeah,
Yeah.
They be going in,
yeah.
putting
yeah,
their
they go
feelings
in.
all out there.
They
huh?
go in. And they, the women.
I know the women. Are
The
coming.
women
In their feelings.
in they feelings
All the way.
Yeah.
We got a podcast episode coming out next week. Me and a guy named Chris, we talked about the women can't handle it, and we talked about the dynamics. We kind of what we told you at
talked about-
dinner.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
we talked about a lot of stuff in that episode. It's just
So it's already
It was
been
good.
recorded.
You already
Yep, it's
recorded
already
it.
been
Oh,
recorded.
nice. So
Yeah.
you like, this gonna be some fire right here.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
good, man. We talked about some good stuff, man, because it's just when I think men and women just have to learn where they both went wrong.
Yes.
Because they
I
both
agree.
went wrong.
And they
Correct.
both went
I
wrong.
agree to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they both went wrong. Now, granted, the episode is geared more towards just men having a voice, and we're just sharing, what we perceive men to be feeling and going through. But at the end of the day, even at the end of the podcast episode, we just telling everybody, it's like, we got to figure out how to really just listen.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that's the challenge. Men are willing to listen to the women more than the women are willing to listen to the
Of
men.
course.
Yeah.
And that's where the challenge, that's
Yeah.
where the real hardship is.
Yeah. I think it's because while men are listeners, it does not affect their actions often.
Correct.
Let's just be for real, okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's easy to sit there and and then you go and just do whatever you're gonna do.
Exactly.
But the women, they are committed more so through action because we are nurturers naturally. But I also feel like they won't listen, so the actions that they take are often missteps.
Well, their actions are going to show up differently. Like a
Yeah.
man will listen, but he might not be able to translate it into action yet.
Correct.
Okay, that's
And
fair.
the
Yeah.
woman might listen, but her emotions still, she
Oh,
can't
yeah.
translate it into action yet.
I'm definitely emotional.
Right, so he might,
Don't get me going.
yeah, he might tell her, "I need you to calm down and stop putting me down," and
Yeah.
she can't do it yet. And she might tell him, "I need you to stop messing around." He's like, "Well, he can't do it yet," and it's just it's just one of them things,
Yeah. Well, let us know when the episode drops.
Yeah, we'll do.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that.
that's
Yeah.
gonna be dope. I'm excited for Forever
Me too.
Love. Thank y'all again for coming.
Appreciate y'all.
and this
Yes,
was
thank
amazing.
Y'all need to do any content right now, or anything like?
We're gonna do some.